Dr. Kubacky, I think it's fitting to start by helping our listeners begin to address how we handle the grief associated with divorce. Let's start with what to do about those initial feelings of tremendous loss, whether your divorce is civil or not.
Yeah, any divorce is going to be full of grief at a variety of stages and points in the divorce process, whether it is the contemplation of the divorce, going through the actual divorce proceedings, or when it's over, because it's not really over. You have to work through the grief.
And in your book, you talk about 4 different stages of grief. How do they apply to the divorcing person?
Sure. Most of us are familiar with the stages of grief as they apply to death. So we talk about denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. In divorce, I look at it more as a compressed sort of thing. It can take any amount of time. You could reach a point where you are over it completely. You've done your grieving before you even get to the point of sitting down with a lawyer to talk about the divorce. But for most people, it's going to come in terms of kind of a pre-grieving sort of thing where you are thinking, wow, this means a lot of loss. My life is going to radically change. May also have a little glimmer of hope that life is going to change for the better. Then when you start the process of divorcing, you will go through some of the things where you're sort of numb and just dealing with the practical realities of life. You know, who gets the kids to school? How are we going to handle bank accounts? Who gets to keep the house? Those sorts of things. Not so much the emotional stuff, because you have to tamp down the emotional part in order to keep going through the process. Right. Third stage would be actually getting into reorganizing your life, thinking about what you want it to look like after the divorce, and deciding what does my optimal life look like. Along the way, there's going to be a lot of tears for the time that was lost. And then finally, we have moving into this period of regeneration, reactivation, re-engagement fully with life, and really some little bits and pieces of the grief will still pop through even when you're excited about getting to go out and live your new life. But it's a process.